camera looks dark. Jeez. Let's see if I can fix that. Maybe I can adjust the exposure. Just maybe. Aha, I can. There we go. That looks better. That looks much better, much better. Hey, all right, it looks like some people are watching the live stream. Mic check, mic check. Audio sounds good. Let me know in the chat room there. I'm not going to take up much of your time today, I promise. This will not be a long live stream. Just say hello to me in the chat so I will have an idea that my audio sounds all right. And a few more popped in. Thank you very much. Well, looky there, Rick Cartwright. Rick Cartwright's in the chat room. Thanks for hopping in. Thanks for watching. And it's funny that you popped in because I was going to mention you here shortly. Glad the audio sounds good. All right. Well, again, I'm not going to take too much time in this. First off, hello everyone that's watching this now live and end up watching this later. I am Aunt Pruitt. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm unbelievable. There's my man Mike Olsen popping in. There he is. Yes, I'm glad you popped in too. It's great that you two that are in the chat room right now were the people that were on my brain, and I wanted to give y'all a shout out in this video. And so yeah, this is gonna be, I think this is gonna be pretty cool. Anyway, welcome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for popping in live. Thanks for watching the rerun of this. I'm Aunt Pruitt. I am a freelance digital content creator that loves to focus on trying to help others get started in the world of digital content creation, whether it's for writing or photography or videos or audio editing, whatever. If I can offer up some help, tips and tricks, I try to help. And I want to try to do it on the standpoint of absolute beginners and on the standpoint of budget friendly, because all of this stuff, quite frankly, can be a rather expensive endeavor to get into. So I try to do things somewhat on the cheap or on the budget that has worked for me, and sometimes you do got to spend a little bit of money, so I will, but that's neither here nor there. In my previous video, I did a little first look at the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, and that's a gimbal that you use with your smartphone to give you smooth footage. And what I talked about in that video was the issues of my Pixel 2 XL. It's a large phone or whatever, but it's not much larger than like the iPhone X or whatever you call those things. And the Osmo Mobile didn't necessarily take into account phones of that size, or even phones that will have protective cases on it. So even with my phone having a little very, very super thin sleeve on it, I still had a little bit of issues with it being snug inside of the Osmo. Well, actually a little too snug. And then on top of that, my Pixel does not have a headphone jack. I only have this USB-C. So when I want to use an external mic, such as this Rode Video Mic Go, I have to have a dongle like this to plug into my Pixel and then attach my Rode mic to said dongle like this. Now when I'm using my GorillaPod, this works really well because I have a nice little tripod mount and all of that, and it works pretty good and it allows me to use this particular microphone. Unfortunately, having a dongle like this does not necessarily allow your gimbal to close onto your phone and hold it in securely. So my man Mike Olsen said try one of those 90-degree USB-C adapters, and just before he told me that, I had tried a different one, USB-C adapter, and it did not work. It would fit onto the phone without a problem, but far as being able to have the mic audio work through it, it didn't work. So I was a little skeptical, but I said I'm going to try another one just because Mike said so. And I got these today and I put them in, and unfortunately it's still a little bit thick. It's still about an inch thick, and it's not going to be a fun task to try to get my gimbal connected. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the mic. Yikes. Alright, so when I decided that if I put this thing on here, it's going to make the gimbal be off balance because I have this extra bit of space on here, and it's going to cause the gimbal to tilt that way, if you will. Talking to my man Rick in the chat room there, Mr. Rick Cartwright, he suggested a counterweight. And Moment, the people that make that awesome mobile photography lenses, he said they offer a counterweight that you could use and possibly help this scenario. Well, I ain't have time to order one of those things, but I was still cranking through my brain, and I got this little dongle this morning, and I really wanted to work this out. So what I ended up doing was attaching the gimbal to the phone like so, trying to make a little bit of room there. There we go. So now you can see it, and you see that dongle right there. That's not the most secure, but it's in there. You know what I'm saying? It's in there tight, and if I want, I can go ahead and add this dongle like so. Well, I thought so. Hold on. There. I can add that to it and then plug in the microphone like that. So now I have the actual USB 90-degree dongle, the regular default dongle that comes with the Pixel, and a TRRS cable to plug into my Rode microphone. So I'm all set, right? But no, it's not gonna balance. So you can see right now it's falling all over the place when you typically want this thing to be fairly balanced when the gimbal is turned off. So wheels started turning, and being a southerner, the first thing to come to my mind was some good old duct tape. Well, I don't know what that card is, but some good old duct tape. So I grabbed some duct tape and I put some tape around the edge of the gimbal here. And before I continue any further, I don't know where this stands from the warranty standpoint with your device and DJI. Use this at your own risk. I'm doing this at my own risk, and we'll just go from there. Your mileage may vary. All right, so that's out of the way. So I got some duct tape. Let me unplug this mic for now. Don't need it now. Got some duct tape, wrapped it around this other arm so it could try to balance it out. And of course, that was a thin amount of tape, so it wasn't going to do anything, which is fine because I wanted to try to add something, you know, a little bit at a time to try to find the balance. So I had all of this little foam stuffing. Where did I do with it? Well, I don't know. I had this foam stuffing that I was trying to tape to the edge to try to add a couple grams at a time, and that wasn't working. Ended up grabbing a AA battery. A freaking AA battery. Rayovac, not a sponsor. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed some electrical tape. So I'm gonna pull a little piece off like so. get the AA battery. Let me see if I can tilt the camera down a little bit. There we go. AA battery. And I'll put it right along the edge that's fairly flat on this arm. And I just tape this on. Nice and tight. Okay, so that's on there, nice and tight. Now you saw as soon as I let go, the gimbal started to balance. So let's move this camera down a little bit more. All right, so there's my duct tape, there's the electrical tape, and there's the simple AA battery, and it's fairly balanced right now. That's okay. So it looks like it's a little bit off, but that's partly because I don't have the phone in here properly. So let me adjust that. Just slide that over a little more. All right, that's getting better. And what I've learned with this thing, yeah, man, that battery. You know how many freaking rechargeable batteries I got laying around my house? So now we got it in there and it's perfectly balanced. So I'm thinking, all right, this thing is this just might work. But that is with the gimbal powered off. So it doesn't really matter if the gimbal is powered off. What matters is once this gimbal is powered on and the motors start running and working, and hopefully the motors won't choke on you and they'll still be able to stabilize your phone. All right, so I'm gonna show you my other screen here. Let's do this. Let's switch over like that. Whoops, Inception. There we go. All right, so you guys see my screen, right? Okay, so as you can see, that's how it looks with the battery attached. Okay, everything is balanced out pretty well. Sorry for the crappy photos. I was shooting into the window light like an idiot, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, you just strap this battery on and it balances out pretty daggum good. So now the power on test. So let's take a look at the power up. Well, it might help if I actually showed the screen. Now you see that? It wigged out for a second, but it went right back to being stabilized and balanced. All right, so let's go live and show you my view of this thing. So let's turn the camera down like that. Okay, gimbal is powered off at the moment. All right, I'm gonna move the mic just in case this thing decides to go all alien on me. All right, so I'm gonna power it up right now. Boom, look at that, worked like a champ, and it is stabilized. Hybrid media in the house. What's up, Kanan? Yeah, I'm showing the gimbal and I'm showing my little hack. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Rick. But it works. So now the next step is to figure out how to get this extra microphone on. And if you watched my previous video, I showed you my idea of making a rig using gear that I already had in the house. And I had some fake GoPros, and I had cases, and I had this flat out just take this arm off. So I'm thinking, this has to work. So I put this on, and then I took the handle from the gimbal, move the camera down like so. There we go. Let me move this over here where I can see a little bit better. All right, so now I just attach this. Notice the gimbal is still just doing its thing, still holding steady. It's powered up. And then I tighten this up to get it secure. Move this one more time like that. There we go. So we tighten that. And I like this to be up a little bit higher. At least I think that's what I would like. Now granted, I haven't spent any real time with this device just yet. I was just brainstorming, thinking how can I get the most out of it. Okay, so I have that on there. Where's the microphone? Grab the microphone, plug in the dongle, get that back centered again. There we go. The dongle, plug that in, take my microphone, screw the microphone on like so, plug that in, and I have a rig. Now I know you're saying, well dang, your microphone is pointing the wrong way. No worries, that's because this is on a GorillaPod. I mean, I have all of this flexibility. Tighten that up like so, and I can point my microphone the right way, center up the camera. And if I want to flip it back to having the front facing camera going, I can just turn this around. And there. Now the mic is facing me. Thanks, Rick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and so far everything works just fine. You know, if I want to pan, it's not getting in the way of the microphone and getting all beat up or anything like that. Does a nice dadgum job. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to share that, and I wanted to give shout outs to Mike Olsen and Rick Cartwright. And let me see, I can find their Twitter profiles and put their Twitter profiles and YouTube channels in the description of this video. Be sure to check those guys out. I really appreciate their feedback. And I know I've been watching Mike's channel here recently. He just got back from a cruise. Wow. And he took some really nice footage with his Osmo. So go ahead and check that out. So let's see what's going on in this chat room. Kanan says, oh, okay, I see you added the counterweight because the dongle. That's right. Yeah. Well, the dongle, it just, I hate that. I really hate that. Not having an actual headphone jack makes a difference, because ideally the headphone jack would either be on the other side of the other side of the phone, or like near one of the edges of the phone, not necessarily right there in the middle. So of course the gimbal is going to clamp down more so in the middle portion of the phone, which makes perfect sense, and that left exposed areas for a headphone jack or something like that on the outside. But since I don't have a headphone jack, I'm stuck, and it totally screwed that up. Now, in addition to this, the Osmo comes with a huge battery on the inside. You get about, I think you get almost 15 hours of battery life on this thing, and you have the ability to access this USB port on the back. Let me take this little stand off for a second. There we go. you can access this USB port right there on the back, plug a cord in, and use that port to charge your phone while you're using this, you know. Oh, so you have a V30. Very nice phone. Very, very nice phone. But yeah, I just want to try to get the most that I can out of this rig, you know, to be able to try to do better with cinematic footage and really good audio. I'm going to take this to CES with me Monday. I have no idea how it's going to go because I've not had any time to use this thing just yet. I've had it, what, 2 days, 3 days, something like that. And the most I've done is created some little mindless time lapse here in the house, and I haven't really taken it out and about because of all of the rain and stuff like that. And let's see, I never changed my Osmo once. On a week vacation. Came back over half charge. Oh, you never charge it? Man, it'd help if I could read. Said he never charges his Osmo once on a week vacation, and he came back and it was over half charge. That's awesome, man. That's a lot of battery. Yeah, when it was delivered to me, it wasn't charged up, so I was a little bummed, and it took it about 2 hours to get a full charge, and that was a couple days ago. And if you look at the little indicators right there, it's still a full charge, allegedly. But all right, so that's it. I'm looking forward to checking this out and trying to have some fun with it, but I wanted to share that. If you guys can do me a favor, take this video and share it over on Twitter, and possibly tag my friend Snubs. That's Shannon Morse. Her handle is capital SNUBS. That's Sierra Nancy under Bravo Sierra. Shannon Moore, she has one of these, and I talked to her about the whole charging issue. She may find some use in this, so tag her, share the video and tag her on this. I'd appreciate that support. All right, I'm gonna head on up out of here. Thank y'all. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Josh. And Kanan says he's been using his for about 4 months and it's great. Yeah, I've seen the footage you've been putting out there, brother. Good grief, you've been killing it. You've been killing it. Make sure y'all follow Hybrid Media on Instagram, and he's been killing it over there. All right, thank y'all again. I appreciate all of the support. Stay tuned. Follow my Instagram account. I'm going to try to do more Instagram stories next week while I'm out there. I can't say I'll be doing it on this device because the portrait mode on this, I can't say I'm a fan of it. I don't like it. The camera tends to pick up the actual hardware in the scene if you're looking straight ahead with the back camera. Front camera is okay. I don't know how it's going to work with my new rigging setup here, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. No biggies. All right, folks. Mike Olsen's is Nerdient. That's the one. I'll put a link to his channel in this video description. Okay, so be sure to go over there and check him out and hit the subscribe button on this channel. It's good stuff. Thanks again, folks. Y'all take care.